This is Solomon Jagwe. I'm back with another quick insight. So today I'm going to be talking about how I do concept art, and I'm using Sketchbook Pro. The Sketchbook used to be a paid version but then they finally decided they're going to make it a free version. So it's available for you to download on the iPad, but if you want, you can also use it on the desktop, right? So this is a character that I drew for a project, and I just wanted to give you some like tips of what I use when I'm drawing characters like these. And I love to draw. One thing that I absolutely love to do is I love to draw. I love to go outside and use nature as a source of inspiration, but also drawing on my experience, growing up in East Africa, Uganda. And so I've been in the industry for about like over 17 years, drawing characters for video games, for film, you name it. So this character, again, I'm just going to give you a tip on how I use Sketchbook Pro. I don't know if most of you have used Sketchbook at all in your journey, but I think it's one of those things that I recommend. It has amazing brushes that you're able to use. Now, the menu, I'm streaming vertical, but I'm hoping that you can see the menus over here. So that is the pencil that I'm going to be using, and over here you can see the different pencils that I'll be using. And then on this side you have the layer system over here. So while I'm drawing, you probably won't be able to see all of that. You're probably going to be able to just see in the center part of it all. But thank you again for joining me today. If you don't know anything about the work that I do, again, my name is Solomon Jagwe. I've been in the drawing since I was a kid. That's what one thing that I always been. I love to draw. Is like I love studying people. If I'm on a train, I'm always looking at people's like positions, how they're standing, how they're. I'm thinking of like their backstory, where they could be coming from. Okay, so to start off, I'm just gonna go to the menu. Let's go to menu over here. I'm gonna create a new sketch, and I'm just gonna use the canvas right here. Go ahead and create. And this canvas, because you can rotate it, we can actually turn it around now. Let me see, will it allow me to have the menus on the right? Yep, perfect. Okay, so I'll be able to show you the menus as well. So this is gonna be my starting point right here. It's a blank canvas. To me, this is the most exciting part when I'm drawing. It's like anything can happen. So I'm gonna start over here, and over here on the left hand side, let me move the pen over here, so you can adjust the size of the brush over here up and down, and then also the opacity of the brush here, right? So right now we want it 100%, and the brush is gonna be around there. Okay, so that is the starting part. And then in the center, again, you have the menu system on this side. You can create new layers on this side, as many layers as you want. I always start off with like maybe like a grayish background, depending on the kind of artwork that I'm trying to go for. And then I start with just a simple sketch. I don't even try to go crazy. So I'll start off with a black. Let's go all the way down to black. And then for the brush, for the pencil, I just click on here to see the size, the opacity, and click one more time to go back. And then make sure I'm on the right layer over here. So let's just do something real quick. Okay, something like that, just to see how the brush looks over there. Okay, so I'm gonna just turn that layer off and go to the next one. And one of the techniques that I use is I use this shape like that, and that is it gives me the starting point of any head shape. And I'm thinking of it as this line, this dot right here and this dot right here, the corners, is like where I'm gonna put the eyebrows, right? So if I want a face that is oval, I'm gonna try to move these points up and down, like up and down, like so, right? So if I want a hairline, I'll just do something like so, real quick. And then over here will be the mouth, the nose, the eyes, something like that real quick. If you guys is going to have a beard, then I just do something like that. That's just a simple structure of how I prepare the characters. Now I'm going to go to the next layer. Let's turn this one off. So if I'm doing like a quick sketch of a character, again, it could be like something like that, right? And then here, I know that I can put the ear right here, especially for cartoon characters, and another ear over here. These are going to be the eyebrows over here. And this here gives me the hairline, right? And so I can do like something like this, and then the nose, the mouth, and then I can do the eyes, something like that. So that's a simple way to start. And if I want the guy to, if it's an older character and he has a beard, I just simply start adding a goatee like this. So it started off as a simple character, but this is the building block, because now I can just go crazy and start filling in the shape of this character like that. And the hair, I can just simply start doing things like that. And because we have multiple layers on this side, it's very easy for me to then start adding different details for it, right? So this is the starting point. If I'm happy with this, then I can go add one more layer on top and then change the opacity of this layer. Just lower it a little bit more, just like that, and then go to the layer on top, click away, and now I can start filling in the shapes of the character. So here I'll go, because our guy is gonna have a beard, so we'll just do something like this. Again, this is for concept art. Concept art, you don't have to be perfect, right? You're just giving an impression of what the character is gonna possibly look like before it goes over to the modeling team, or you are sending it to the art director or your creative director. And then now I'm putting in the top lip over here, and the bottom lip, and the nose, I'm using that as a guide to give the character some definition like that. And then the eyebrows, and I'm always thinking of the backstory of this character, right? Where the setting is from. Is it from the Middle East? Is it from Africa? Is he Caucasian? Is he Asian? Things like that. And those will drive the appearance of this character, right? Whether it's cartoon or not. And then, of course, start working on the eyes. Just putting a little bit of the upper eyelid over here, something like that. And again, because this is a cartoon, we can do the eyes as big as we want, something like that. And then we put in the eyeball here, like that. And you could actually put those eyeballs on a different layer so that the character can look left and right, right? And then on a layer, just one layer above, I can go switch the color to white and just put a little thing like that, just to give him a little bit of life, right? And that is, and then I'll go back to the bottom layer, and then I'll continue back to black. Again, this is like the inking layer. And now, because I was able to find the forehead over here, I can just now push it a little bit like that, and then do the line with the sideburns on this side like so, and over here same thing. And now I can start filling in the hair. Again, this is a concept character, so you don't have to be perfect with it. You're just giving the team, your art team, the art director. And so for the hair here, I can then adjust the size of the brush because I want to fill in as quickly as I can. Like so. Again, you're just getting a sense of what the character is going to look like. And then we can reduce the brush again for more detailing. Like like so. All right, now this gives you the starting point of a character, and at this point you can even decide to add another layer in here. So let's just put it underneath, and we can just color it, you know, depending on what the race of your character is. I'm just gonna select a mask, so just go over to the mask over here, select the lasso tool, and I'm gonna drag like so, fill in the ear all the way around. You know, some other artists prefer to actually like paint in the color, but this is I think faster if you're doing concept art. Select that face. Now you know that the layer is selected over here. Now I can then go to the bucket over here, and I want to paint the inside of this. Let's change the color, and we can do maybe like a brown. Like somewhere like that, and then I can paint. So that was quick. That was a quick way to add the color without having to paint constantly. So we have our layer here for the face. So let me take off the mask. I don't need it anymore. There we go. So now you can see, I think you saw what I just did. Let me go back. Make sure you don't scale while this is selected, right? Let's just go back to our pencil over here. I wanted to zoom in so you could see that. All right, so here we are. Now I can start coloring in here. I could use a gradient, or I could paint the color in here. So I add one more layer on top, and I always put the white in the eye, because I'm always thinking of the eyeball. So let's go ahead and put it over here, and let's paint the eyeball white. Oops, let me undo that. It needs to be underneath, so we need to put it over here. All right, so put in the eyes. Now the character is starting to come alive, right? So that is the first part of the face. Now I can go over to this layer here, and you can even duplicate it if you want. But if you want to have like a sketch looking character, that one that looks painterly, then use a different brush. You don't have to draw on this. And what I do is I hold down so to pick the color over here. Let me undo this part right here. So we need the color picker. We can use that to pick up the color. Now I can go over here, hold down, and then you can increase or decrease the brightness. So if you want to highlight, I want to start with the shadows. So that will be like the shadow layer, and then start painting over here. I think it's subtle, but it's starting to, you can actually start to see it like so. And this is mainly for defining the characters, like where the shadows might be. And if it's not showing through, just increase just a little bit the size of the brush. I don't know if you can see that on the stream. So now I'm defining the cheekbones, where the eye socket is, the shading on the upper lip, under the bottom lip, like so. And then we can do a few bit of highlights. Again, we go back to the same color, hold down, and increase the brightness like so. And now I can use that to start highlighting. And with concept art, again, you don't have to be overly detailed. You just need to get like an impression of what the character is gonna look like. So the character starts to come alive in that sense. And then I can do another layer just for, again, more highlights in this one. Hold down this and increase the brightness if you want it to go to like white. And these are the like exterior highlights. And these little highlights make a big difference because they start to show where the light is going to come from. You can actually do some on the hair, but make sure that you do that on top, on another layer at the top. And the beard a little bit. And we can reduce the brush a tiny bit. And you can also zoom in and start adding those fine highlights. Right? So that's how we started out with the shape of the head of the character. But what if you wanted to do like a round head, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new layer over here. And actually, let me do a whole new sketch. Save that to the gallery. And let's rotate this so we can start off here. We're gonna go to our pencil tool again, make sure the color is black. So the idea again is to decide, you can do like quick sketches, real quick ones. So the idea that I was showing you is that this shape, like that, you can decide to make these longer or these shorter. So if I want a longer face or round face, then I'll try to make them equal. Something like that. Again, this is where the ears are going to be over here. If I want the character to have like a longer forehead, then I make this much shallower and then make that much longer. That's how I draw the cartoon characters. Is that this again, it means that the ear is going to be somewhere here. This ear is going to be here and the ear is going to be here, right? So that's how you do caricatures, is that this, as you move this up and down, it will help you define the character to kind of give you a guidance of what the appearance is going to be. So anytime that a character is going to have like a long forehead, like maybe Gru, like if you want to do like a character that has a long chin, then really just do a shallow top and then a really long bottom like that. And then the ear will be here, another ear will be over here, right? And if the character is going to have like a really long chin, rather long forehead, then what you do is, let me see if I can do another layer over here, turn this off. If the character is going to be, okay, let's do opposites. So a very, very shallow chin like that, and a long forehead like that, right? Or a long chin like that and a shallow forehead for the cartoon, right? And so here, this is the ear right there. And over here, this is the ear and this is the ear. And the head, this is the chin. So the eyebrows are going to be over here like so. Here, the eyebrows are going to be way over here like that. And then here now you can make the nose as long as you want. So if you want the mouth to be way down here, you can put the mouth here, and then the character can have a super long nose, right? And here the eyebrows, depending on where the hairline is going to be, the eyebrows could be over here, and the mouth could be like wide over here, the nose over here, and these are the eyes. And here, these are the eyes over here, these are the eyebrows over there. And then you have fun with the hair. So this character can have hair way up to the top like so, and then this character can have the hair up like so as well, right? If we want these characters to have beards, then this guy is gonna be like a goatee, like goes like this, and a goatee like that, and his goatee is gonna be like right here, and then something like that. So you see the idea is that you want to keep elongating the shape of this, like diamond, of course, or shorten this. That will give you a sense of the character, right? So let me do another example. Let's turn this off. If I wanted to do like a lady that has like a long face, or a lady that has a shorter face, same thing, right? So again, I'm gonna do that shape like so. Long forehead, shallow chin, like so, or shallow forehead, long chin, like that, right? And then we start filling in the other parts. So the ears are the most important part because they give you again a starting point. That's the ear. This is the ear over here. And now we start doing the hair, right? So this is where you can increase the brush size to give the lady like some flowing hair, something like this. And then you go all the way to the top, like so. And you can then do long hair going around like so. And if this is the neck, we're not doing clothing right now, but I'm just giving you an idea. And then the eyebrows could be way over here, again depending on what the character is going to be. And the eyes, and this is again her nose and the mouth over here. And then up here, if she has like a long face, rather long chin, but a lot of hair up the top, so again we do the hair, her hair like so, and a little bit of hair over here, her eyebrows, the eyes, nose, mouth. So that's the idea of the technique that I use to create cartoon characters. Okay, now let me actually take it further. Now let's actually do a real character. So now that you know how to like vary those different like head shapes, let's try to do a simple character, a quick character. Again, using those principles. I want a character that has a really long chin. So I'm gonna start off with let me reduce this. So we're gonna do the forehead like so, go across, and then like that. And these are gonna be the ears over here. So I'm gonna go down like so, like that, and that. So that's gonna be the starting point of our character. Then the ears come in over here like so, and then on this side the ears go like that as well. So here is where you do this, start doing the hair. But first, let's reduce the brush size and let's put in the eyebrows. Those are the eyebrows, like so. And let's put in the nose. It's gonna have like a really long nose. And we're gonna do the mouth. So that's his mouth right here. Right? And because it's a cartoon character, you can decide the eyes to be round, oval, or even like wide like that, right? So because this guy has a long face, let's make the eyes long. So something like this. Like that, okay? And maybe we'll give him an upper eyelid over here, and then we put the eyeball in the eyeball like there as well. And I like to add, just fill that in. And I usually just add a little bit of, again, highlight, just put a new layer up at the top, change this color to white, just keep pushing up to the top, and let's add a little highlight right there, just to give him life, like so. Okay, so when I put like the eyes, it kind of gives me like the mood of what the character is gonna look like. And so, and then I can go back to drawing. Okay, now that I know this is the shape, I can go ahead and start filling in the other parts of the hair. So depending on what character you're doing, you could make this like a cyberpunk, could be a cowboy, could be a soldier, anything. At this point, it's like a blank canvas of the backstory of this character. So what I do is usually I start doing the hair. The hair will give me like what kind of character this is going to be. So maybe if it's just maybe like a young boy. So let's go back here, make sure I am drawing. Okay, make sure it's black. Let's go back to black and then start filling in the hair. And you can have fun with the hairstyle. I love this brush, this one right here. It's sorry, the pencil, because it can act as a brush as well as a pencil. So just I'm filling in the hair. Like so. And you can always think of making it fun, so it's not just so that's the hairstyle it's gonna have. And if you want, you can even add a little bit of color, you know, like Michael Jackson had like that little hair color like that, right? And then you can also give him sideburns. Fill in the eyebrows. So you see how the structure is helping us, because now I know what this character is going to be like, and if I want, I can actually do a little goatee. Again, this pencil is really cool because it can act as hair as well as just lines for the face, and can reduce the size of the brush, so you can get like you can have like a pencil thin mustache. You can always zoom in so that you get a sense of what the goatee is gonna look like. Because this is concept art, again, don't worry too much about the details, because you're just trying to give a sense of what the character is gonna look like, either to the art director or to the modeling team. So you can see the character starting to come together, and you can even start doing some definitions, like so. If he has like a scar of some kind, this is where you start giving the character personality. Anytime that you add like smile lines or laugh lines, or even like these lines around the nose, you're already aging the character. So be careful about that, because not many kids have that. And I also like to do a little bit of hash, like that. So our character is coming together, and now, because I have the general shape of what the character's head is gonna be, I can start. It's almost like sculpting with the ink, or that with the pencil. Like he looks sad. Just a little bit of detail over here. Add a few imperfections here. And humans by nature, we are not symmetrical. Very few people are symmetrical. Maybe Angelina Jolie is symmetrical, Brad Pitt, you know, who else? Maybe Denzel. Well, no, Denzel is not symmetrical. Very few people are symmetrical. You know, like you can't have like a perfect face that's half, you know, like it's exactly the same size. No, the eyebrows, and I think that's what makes us unique and also makes the character look interesting. So as you're creating your character, think of those things so that it's not just like a symmetrical character. Now I'm adding detail because I'm thinking of where this guy is gonna be. And at this point, every now and then I try to imagine what kind of clothing he would wear. So I'm gonna give him like maybe a turtleneck, something like this. You can just give me a sense of where the head and the neck is gonna be, right? And if you want, you can also give him earrings if it's like wearing earrings for the character, like that. And if you wanted, you could even give him glasses at this point. So if I want, I could go to another layer at the top, make sure that yeah, that's the highlight. So I need the hold this down and move it up. That will be on top. So if I wanted to give him glasses, again, I'm using the pencil, and I'm gonna use, let's see, I need a lighter color. So let's change this to maybe like a gray, like so, because I need to see those glasses. So these are gonna be starting over here. Let's increase the brush size tiny bit. So like so, like maybe square glasses, and then they will go across like that. So you're starting to see how this works out. So again, with the glasses selected, I'm just going to create another layer up at the top, and I'm going to add some highlights. Just increase this to, just keep press down and go up to the top, because you want to add some, just undo that, and let's decrease the brush size. You're going to add some highlights so these glasses can stand out on his face. Like so. So that layer, those two layers, give him glasses, and you can put them back. All right. Now we can do a little bit of highlighting, again with the hair selected layer, just like that. Okay. And then when I'm ready, I can go to the layer that's right below the line work, which is the black drawing. And you could go crazy with this character at this point, but if you want, you can just continue drawing and putting in details. But now I want to do some coloring. I'm going to use that same technique I showed you earlier. I'm going to use the selection mark over here, the lasso tool, and I'm going to fill the hair from over here, select all the way around the ears, the chin, all the way around the ear, the hairline to the top. So that's all selected. And then I can go to the paint bucket over here, and I'm going to choose a brown color. I have some colors that I've already used, so I can use that. And let's paint the shade there. Boom. So that gives you an idea of how fast you can start coloring the body or the head. So now that we have the head, you can just go ahead and close that and get out of the selection mode, and so we can start creating some lighter areas. So this color is going to start off as the base for the bottom part, but you can also have shading. So I just hold down and push down, so that's going to be the darker color, and I put another layer on top, and then I go to the brush over here. This is a synthetic coarse angular brush. This is what I use for adding like shading. And let me increase the brush size a tiny bit more so it covers a little bit more ground. And this is, you're thinking of, as the light is coming this way, you're thinking of where those shadows are going to be. And the glasses are going to cast shadows, so we can have like the rim shading over here, and this one is also casting shadow, something like that. And this is the cheekbone, And under the nose, of course, there's going to be some shading as well. So you can see how the definition is starting to take place. And also under the hairline over here, we can do a little bit of shading. In the ears too. Over here. And the chin, we're going to do a little bit of shading over here as well. So now the character is coming together. So this color over here is, you're using the same color to do different levels of like highlights. So those were the the shades, the shadows. Let's do the highlights. I'm gonna hold down and press up, and you can start with like a light color for the highlights, and then you can build on that. So let's do like a highlight like right here, one like right on this side, maybe here on the lip. So you can see how just a few bits of lights here and there, you don't even have to go crazy, and those help you see, like, add a little bit of life, like on top of the ear, right here on the forehead, and a little one on the side, the nose, a tiny bit under here where the glasses may be. So it's subtle little things like that that make a big difference. And then I'll go add one more layer, and this is where I increase the brightness all the way to the top. So this is the one like where things are gonna pop, right? Now let me reduce the brush size, because these are the really nice highlights that are gonna make the character pop, right? And let me change the background to like a gray of some kind, because the character is gonna stand out even more when you see that. So something like maybe like so. So now the character is standing out even more. So with this, now I can do some cool highlights. Like the earring, you can get a little bit of highlighting over here like so. And it's gonna pop like that. And the edges of the hair. Again, you're thinking of where the light is coming from. And then on this side as well. And this side, something like this. Again, this is concept art, so it has to be able to stand, like if it's they're presenting it, you want it to pop up so it shows really well when the art director or your creative director is presenting it. So these rim lightings, highlights, they go a long way to making the character stand out. Yep. So guys, that's what I was trying to share with you today. Is just showing you how I do concept characters real quick, using that technique of just a shape that looks like a diamond. Okay. And you could even use a like a pentagon. It depends on what shape that you're trying to do, right? And that's how I was able to create something like that. And whenever I do like characters, again, I just keep layering and layering and layering until the character starts to jump out from the page. Yeah, and when you're done, just sign it. Let's do pen over here. Like so. Don't forget to sign your own work, right? So again, thank you so much for joining me today. I was just walking you through how I do concept art, and I am grateful to each and every one of you that has streamed in, that has tuned in, not streamed in, tuned in, and I'm grateful to all the patrons. Thank you for your support, and thank you for helping me get to over 330,000 people now, 334,000. Thank you so much. I am super grateful. Let me know in the comments of this video if you like me to do more of this, but I'm gonna continue to share with you the techniques that I use. This is again the iPad Pro, and this is actually the 2015 model. I'm still using my 2015 model. So if you're able to find this somewhere refurbished, mine is still working. I've tried to take good care of it. It doesn't look like it's an old model, but it really is. And I'm still using the older iPad, like a Apple Pencil. But the same technique that you see here with in digital, you can use even in your sketchbook. The same principle works. But hope that was helpful. And again, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll say bye for now. See you in another stream.